Hello, friends and family. Welcome back to another edition of the Eduversity series. My name is Mr. Hall, and we help to expand your perspectives with books and readings about diversity and cultural differences. And today I will be reading the book Benji, The Bad Day and Me by Sally Pla, illustrated by Ken Min. This book has helped to open my heart and mind because it helped me to learn more about deep family connections and what it's like living with someone who has autism. All right. So my hope is that you will find your own personal connection and message in this book and story. Let's dive in. Benji, The Bad Day and Me by Sally Pla, illustrated by Ken Min. For my boys and for everyone who's ever had a bad day, SJP. For Mark and Mary, my brother and sister who look after me, KM. At recess, I got yelled at for kicking the fence. At lunch, they ran out of my favorite pizza, so I didn't eat. And on the bus home, the driver missed my stop. So I had to walk all the way back in the rain. Now I'm hungry, cold, and wet. Grrr. Shh, says Mama as soon as I open the door. Benji's playing in his box. When Benji's in his box, it's because he's had a bad day at preschool. When Benji's had a bad day, we tiptoe and speak softly. When I've had a bad day, no one tiptoes or speaks softly. Benji, Mama, and I made that box last summer. Mama cut the window flaps and Benji and I splashed on the paint. Inside, it's cozy and safe, but only big enough for Benji and his blue blanket. I sure wish I had a box for days like this. Benji wiggles his fingers at me. Hi, Benji, I said softly. Benji's face appears. Wet, Sammy, Benji says. Samuel, says Mama, there's water all over the floor. Take your shoes off this instant. It's not my fault I had to walk all the way in the rain. Benji's block city is spread all around. Watch your step, Mama says. Benji's been working hard on that. I know, I helped, I start to say, but Mama's phone rings and she turns away. I stick my tongue out at the box. I do my best karate kick high in the air above Benji's block city. Gotcha! I've always wanted to learn karate. Mama says I can't right now because the classes are on Tuesdays. And that's when we have to visit the super happy lady at Benji's clinic downtown. Let's bounce the ball, super happy lady likes to say, but Benji never does. Let's play a game, but Benji never plays. Meanwhile, I'm told to sit in the waiting room and not bother anyone. On super happy lady days, we always get back home tired. So Mama will make berry smoothies to help us feel better. Then she'll wrap Benji tight in his big blue blanket, just how he likes, and tell him, you're my little burrito. But today, there are no berry smoothies and no burritos. Today, Mama is busy and Benji is hiding. This day is just plain old rotten. Thump goes the box. It's Benji kicking around in there. Hey, I say, come out and I'll teach you karate. But he doesn't. So I go to the kitchen and pour some cereal. But when I add the milk, too much gushes out. I'm grumpy, hungry, and cold. And now there's milk everywhere. I have had it with this fence-kicking, rain-dripping, milk-spilling day. I cry mad, sad, shivery tears. No one notices. Katunk. Benji's coming out. He holds his blanket up high and tiptoes through the block city. Benji spreads his blanket flat on the floor. What's he doing? He pulls me down on the fuzzy blueness and makes me lie straight and still. Then he rolls me over and over. He works hard to wrap me up tight. Benji leans over me. His forehead clunks my forehead. His eyes look right in my eyes. You're my little burrito, he says. I open the blanket and let Benji in. You're my little brother, I say. And that's how Mama finds us. Can I come in too? She asks. Whether the day is good or bad, Benji and I will be okay. That's because the two of us are brothers. Side by side is where we are and how we'll always be. Author's note. At our house, our autistic and non-autistic sons alike had fuzzy blankets they carried around, and they often asked, on both good days and bad, to be wrapped tight into burritos. This can be comfy and calming, and it's what sparked the idea for this story. It's important to note that no two autistic kids are alike, and their needs and behaviors will be different. Some, like Benji, are super sensitive to sensory input. The world can feel too bright, too loud, and too intense. Other kids are sensory seekers. Some may like to drum on things and clap their hands and shout out. And many kids like to stim or rhythmically fidget or move as a way to disperse extra energy and stress. Certain autistic kids will visit a sensory gym or OT, occupational therapy clinic, as in the super happy lady illustration, to help with coordination and sensory processing. But not all. Different kids have different needs, strengths, and challenges. It's not always easy being a brother or a sister. It's hard at times to be patient. We all have bad days, and it's okay to express those feelings in appropriate ways. Despite the bad days, though, sibling bonds can be one of life's best and most important gifts. Thank you for reading about Sammy and Benji. Now, we have some very interesting questions to answer regarding this wonderful story. And let's find out those questions right this minute. Okay. The first question related to our wonderful story. How do Sammy's feelings change from the beginning of the story to the end of the story? What are the different events that cause frustration for Sammy? And what are the events that cause joy? How can you tell? Question number 2. Why do you think being wrapped in a blue blanket is comforting for both Sammy and Benji? How do you think that makes them feel? Why is the blue blanket an important object in the book? And what do you think the blue blanket represents? Question number 3. How do your family or friends help you when you need support? When you're having a bad day, how do your family and friends make you feel better? And lastly, what are some things that they do and why does this comfort you? Thank you for going on this wonderful reading journey, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. See you again on our next reading.